Bottom to the top hoops, what we like to do is we like to basically put you on to what's going on. Creating highlight reels, what we are setting the platform up for. Kids that are not on the radar, where we can give them a look and get them a look, all right? And log on to that bottomtothetop.hoops.com.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy E. Jones, Bottom to the Top Hoops, super producer of Black Elvis, here with my man, the legend, Tommy Swinton. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure for us to have you on the show. Want to get into a little bit of the history. The interesting thing is, we've had a bunch of people on the show that have talked about their basketball journey, and a lot of people have mentioned you on the show. That you started them off, you got the shirt on, right. TS Bucks got to represent that, right?
We got to represent.
So now that we have you on the show, we just want to kind of get the insight and the backstory on kind of what your aspirations were with the TS Bucks, why you started, how you got into it. So just starting off, you're from Harlem.
From Harlem.
Okay.
Born and raised on 15th Street, 9th Avenue.
Okay. So where'd you start off out of Harlem? Did you play? Where'd you go to high school?
Played a little bit of basketball. Went to Charles Evan Hughes High School.
Okay.
Never had the opportunity to go to college though, because I was a street kid. I was a street kid growing up, and school wasn't my thing.
Okay.
School wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to get me into my story of how I became a basketball person.
Okay. So everybody's got a different path, which makes it unique, and the amount of impact that you've had on young people is, it's just beyond belief, just in terms of the people you coach, the things that they talk about. So what was your first introduction into coaching? How old were you? Where did it start?
I was 18 years old.
Still living in Harlem?
Still living in Harlem, and we used to have a night program at Junior High School 13.
Okay, where's that located?
106th Street in Madison Avenue.
Okay.
It's called
East Side,
yeah. It's called Jackie Robinson now.
Okay.
So what I did is that, I got the fellas from my neighborhood.
Right.
Charles Caldwell, Fred Wood, Lou Webster.
Okay.
A couple of cats that I knew from the neighborhood, all young. A year younger than me. It wasn't too much younger than me. It was a year younger than me.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I had a bunch of kids playing. I was just
young men.
I was just out of that age group of playing. So what I wanted to do was start coaching. So when I did that, I started that little team in that little night center tournament.
So you funding this yourself. You talk about your intentions, about where you wanted the kids to go, what the vision you saw, the mentorship, and all of those things. So it goes back to the genuine intention that you had. You weren't trying to make pros.
No, I wasn't trying to make no pros.
You just wanted to help kids, help them get a better path, help them not make some of the mistakes you made, and you were funding it because you believed in this vision.
Yes.
So I think people can learn some things for that, because I think people's intentions of why they get into coaching now is because they see everything's on Instagram. I can get on TV. I can attach myself to a kid.
A lot of social media right now today, and it's not really about that. You know what I'm saying? It's your heart should be into better your community. That player that give him a chance to get that college scholarship, or maybe even have a chance in a prep school. You know what I'm saying? Because some kids are in bad situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some kids are in bad, some kids are in good situations.
Right.
Some kids just need to get away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's our job, you know what I'm saying, to try to instill in these kids that they are good kids first of all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They are good kids. Discipline them enough so when they have an opportunity to go away, you know what I'm saying, they have enough discipline to understand
and take advantage.
Take advantage of the whole thing.
Now you start to get talent along with the discipline and the defense and all of that stuff. Red Autry, Sean Elston, Jerry McCollum. All of these guys are now, they became, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of talent.
Pros.
The pros, right? Yes.
That you're responsible for helping develop. How do you think the TS Bucks name grew so much where people wanted to come and play for you? Was it the winning? Was it the parents? Was it the kids? What was it? Was it the bags?
It was. it was a little bit us winning, but I always consider myself a good person.
Okay.
I had a relationship with the kids in the street. Whether it was through basketball or me just walking down the avenue seeing some kids doing something it wasn't supposed to be doing.
Right.
And it had to be my players.
Right. Was you the guy that stopped at the basketball court and see a kid who would be like, yo, where you from, shorty?
That was me. That was me too.
Right.
That was me too. And you know, and I was also that guy that if I walk down the avenue and I see a kid doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing,
right,
and he didn't play for me, you know, pull his coat,
right,
you know, pull him to the side,
right,
talk to him a little bit,
yep,
and gotta get back on the right path. And they respected that. They respected that from me. They respected. We had a lot of respect from, you know, the other organizations,
right,
their players.
Because the way you did things,
the way we did things, the way we played. Good group of kids.
Right.
You know, TS Bucks was not only a team; it was a family.
Right.
You understand that? You know what I'm
People
saying?
speak to that, man.
It was a family. I mean, we was very, very close knit organization.
Now you gotta have a TS Bucks reunion.
Gotta have a reunion. So
see that? Look, Red, Chanel, Jerry Ice, Dave Kane. Y'all gotta organize it, man. And Tommy's right here, the TS Bucks reunion, man. I'll help. Even though I'm an honorary TS, but I didn't get a chance to play with the Bucks.
Right, okay, but you know.
After. So now, TS Bucks is you doing your thing. All of a sudden, the Gauchos coming out. Now, how did that whole situation play out?
Well, stepping in with the Gaucho organization was because of my relationship grew with Dave McCullough. You understand? Me and Dave relationship grew because of the competition factor that we had and that we played one another. The
mutual respect
for one another. You know what I'm saying? And we just, you know, we became not only rival coaches but good friends.
Okay.
We were good friends till this day.
So Dave recruited you.
Dave recruited.
Because he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the athletic director
of the Gauchos. Yes.
Of the Gauchos. Big shout out to Dave McCullough. Gotta have my man Dave on the show. Right. I'm gonna tell you a story off camera about what how he straightened me up.
Okay.
But so you get recruited to the Gauchos to bring how many kids, how many teams? What is the Bucks looking like? And like you had to set the terms because you was doing your own thing. You dissolved your name. It's like you probably was going back and forth with that.
Well, it was once I became part of the Gaucho organization, once I made my decision to be part of the Gaucho organization, it was for the better of my younger kids that I had. And at that time, it was Jerry McCullough, Sean Wise, Raymond Lynch, you know, Walter Frederick. I had all of these cats.
That was around my time.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Wally Lynch. I had all of them. I had all these kids who I needed to make sure that, you know, they got exposure and wasn't going to lose these kids. See, one thing you know, about the other program, and I'm gonna say the Riverside Hawks. You understand? Riverside were always stealing my plays.
Okay.
You understand? They was always stealing my plays.
So on record, God bless Ernie Lodge.
God bless Mr. Lodge.
But you was coming in trying to steal Charles players
all the time, and I'm telling you, I mean. And
but it's still going on now.
It's still going on. It's still going on.
You know,
I mean, I lost.
You probably stole a couple of players, Tom.
Well, I didn't steal a couple of players. I knew players came to play for my program. You know, players came to play for my program. Okay. I didn't go knocking on nobody's door.
They came knocking on you.
Right, they came knocking.
Okay, that's a difference.
You know what I'm saying? They came knocking.
Okay.
You know so I wasn't offering full scholarships. You understand? And I understood that some of the kids that I lost.
You didn't have,
they couldn't go for a better opportunity, and once they got to that high school level, and it was Talentine High School mainly, I was sending a lot of kids up to Talentine High School. You understand? But once I lost
Talent side.
Yeah,
River Time.
River Time. That's what it was. River Time after a while. Because once I lost Adrian Autry, that year that I lost Adrian Autry, that was a big loss for me. And it was,
it's personal too.
It was a big loss, and it could,
because Red lived close to where you live.
Red lived right across the building from me.
So you come out the building like.
I come out the building.
That blue and yellow jacket on.
That blue and yellow jacket. I see Mr. Lord's parked in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Going upstairs and talking to Mrs. Autry. I was heated at that day. I was heated at that day.
So now he gets some of the players. You know what? I need resources to be able to keep my
kids with me,
and also be able to offer them the opportunities for scholarships and travel, gear, and national exposure.
Then someone who I could trust and hand these kids over.
Because I'm sure Riverside would have happily brought you on as well.
Yeah, but I never was a Riverside dude, man. I never, even growing up playing, for some reason that hawk, I never liked that bird. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a bird dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I never liked the bird. So
you was more of a bull.
I was a bull, take Tears Buck, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We was a buck, you know what I'm saying?
So now you make the transition, all these guys. So now, this is around the time, I believe I was in 6th or 7th grade. I came to a trial at 197. You don't know this probably, you don't know this stuff. I went to a trial on maybe a Thursday, and then it was a midget trial, but I was like 12. And then it was a 15 and under trial. And then it was like, yeah, you made it to the next trial. And it was writing our name on a piece of paper. They was like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 12. Whoever it was like, no. You need to come back on Saturday to practice. And I showed up to practice, they must have called you. And the next day we had a scrimmage at Young Life, and I shot an air ball, my first shot. But it was all good. It was all good. But that was my introduction to playing with you at the Gauchos. So the time I came in was probably right after when you brought all of those kids over.
I brought the kids over, right.
That was around 87.
You're right, because I came in 86.
Okay, so
I came in 86. Gauchos.
So now you roll. You got the Gaucho name behind you, you got a little bit of resources, they paying you, that helps, right?
Wasn't paying me though.
Oh, they wasn't paying you at first? At first?
Right, well, at first it wasn't paying me.
Okay.
I was never really into it for the money.
Yeah, and
you understand? I was working dudes, you know what I'm saying? I really never really got into it for the money.
Right.
And I just never, I don't know, I never, at that particular time, I didn't want to be in it for money.
Right.
You understand? Because, I believe in God, and I believe in my bigger plan from God for me.
Right.
You understand? That's one reason I still coach today.
Right.
Is because my my calling and my promise to God.
Right.
You understand? My promise to God was always that, you know what, I'm going to always help these kids in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, because he saved you.
He saved me. You know what I'm saying?
So now you got this group, and Red is gone. Chanel eventually goes. But now you got this group that you're growing, and you're starting to develop, and you're going to national tournaments. And I remember you went to AAU nationals and all this stuff.
We did some things. We did St.
Talk
Louis.
about a couple of things that you remember from those times.
Well, I'll tell you our first tournament. Mm-hmm. Our first tournament we played was the junior. It was the Junior Olympic. USA games. Okay. That's when it was only one team out of New York City who qualified.
And you had to do the regionals.
Right, do the regionals, yes.
So Riverside snatched Red. You playing against Red in the regionals.
In the regionals.
To go to the.
So we had So I was kind of like offset with that move, because we're like, okay, now who are we gonna get to replace Red? And things work and always work in mysterious ways. You know what I'm saying? So I go into the Rucker Park a week before the regionals. I go into the Rucker Park. I see Darryl Parson. So Darryl Parson says to me, he said, "Yo, Tom, I got a big man for us." I said, "Okay, you got a big man for us. How big is he?" He said, "He's big." So Darryl takes me over there. And he introduced me to it. It's Jamal Mashburn.
Oh man, that's a good replacement.